Hello, everybody. Welcome to not Caesar St. Ramble. It's later. Playing WWE theme music. I'm thinking of Caesar St. Ramble. Just welcome to Sports Talk Network. This video being about NASCAR. Like I said, I talk about all sports, four major sports, and then sports entertainment and other sports as well. I'm also talking about TV shows and anything else that you may want me to discuss. Welcome to follow me on Twitter at Army_strong_06 or at my podcast Twitter handles at Talking_Packers at WW_podcast and at politics_WI. Either way, all four of them. Welcome to follow them all if you wish, and welcome to subscribe to this channel. I did have my interview a couple of days ago, actually, if not yesterday, days ago, whatever. That went really well. I think it. I hope from the reception that I've got so far from people on Twitter and otherwise that getting some positive reviews. Even though I do see one dislike on the video. On the interview, it's understandable. I mean, not everybody's gonna love it. And it's my first one, so trial and error, keep going, do more interviews, hopefully, maybe other wrestlers that he knows, maybe just other wrestlers in general, and maybe even interviews in other sports as well. So hopefully it's to start something new, start something good, and we'll go from there. But in this video, I want to talk about NASCAR and its rule changes. Because it seems like each and every year NASCAR wants to do this, or feels like they have to after every season, after every race for the Cup, or race for the Chase, whatever that was understood to be. And now they've done it again, heading into 2017 season. The 2500 coming up in a couple of weeks, if not even sooner. As I see here, they're going to Advanced Auto Parts Clash on Saturday, which is tomorrow, 8:24 Eastern, 7:24 Central. So they're on the road to the 2500. But like I said, as you heard, NASCAR making changes, trying to change their playoff system, changing everything. Why? I think they just like to find something. Like they've been changing it almost after each and every season, heading into the next season to see what's going to work. Trial and error, cause and effect. See which idea is going to gravitate more casuals or even non-fans to become hardcore fans or fans at all, which I like. You always want sports or even themselves trying to better themselves in NASCAR more than the others, it seems like. Maybe golf in its own way. That has that opportunity to do that more than other sports or other things. You know what I mean? It just makes sense for that to be done. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It's hard to, maybe not be hard to explain, but I think you know what I'm saying there. Hello, Capacity 32. Thanks for stopping by. But either way, that's just what they're doing, and they're trying to find what's going to work, what's going to be the niche, what's going to be best for business for NASCAR. And they said with these rule changes that maybe this is it. Maybe this is how we get things done. You know what I mean? Okay, so segments introduced for the series is all the series. So stage 1, stage 2, and the final stage for each race. 25 or 30% of the race, a total length is for each stage. Then they continue going from there like they did Daytona 500 last couple years, doing it as stages. Now, doing this might be a bad thing in a way if it's the way that they did it for Daytona 500. If they're going to do that for all the races, kind of slows it down a little bit. If anything, I hope if they're going to keep it in this stage kind of thing, get award points in that way, they still let the race keep going. You know what I mean? Like instead of we have stage 1, and they stop, and stage 2, stop, and then stage 3, the final stage, to the end, to the checkered flag. Like that actually could be more of a hindrance than a positive in my eyes, because in that way, then you're just slowing down and making it longer. Yes, for the diehards, they love it. But for the casuals or non-fans that NASCAR is trying to bring over to become fans or diehard fans or whatever, that might be doing a self-disservice to NASCAR in that way, if that's the way that's going. I don't think it would be for all of them, for all the races in NASCAR season, being like how they do it for Daytona 500, but that's yet to be seen. We'll see how things go. And again, if it doesn't work out, then over the next off season, they'll change that up or shake it up a little bit. Maybe not as much as they've had this offseason, but heading into the 2018 season, shaking things up a little bit and tweaking it. That's what I meant to say, tweaking things to try to make it the best form fit that they can do. But, they're having these point systems. Now they're having a playoff. They're trying to be like other sports. The word playoffs that college football has adopted, and I still hope that is changed and up to a few more teams. If anything, 12 or 16 teams would be nice. They're never going to be like NCAA because football and basketball are two different animals in a way, and have that many teams for a playoff. In football, that would really serve my work. Especially, more so in football than basketball. And basketball works. And even there, I'd want that to be expanded a little bit more. But here in NASCAR, the way they're doing things and the way they're changing and shaking things up, it's certainly interesting in its own right. Another thing, regular season champions being rewarded. The winner gets the regular season champion will receive a bonus of 15 points. So whoever wins the regular season gets that 15 points. And then sequentially, second place earns 10, and all the way down to the 10th place, earning 1 playoff point heading into the NASCAR playoffs. No longer called the Racelet Chase or anything like that. Now it's called the NASCAR Monster Cup thing or whatever. They even changed the name of the whole identity of it. Something I heard some fans that I've heard from and heard flexing their muscles and moving their gums themselves on YouTube here or Twitter and otherwise. I've seen some mixed reactions, positive and negative, with all of these rule changes. If you're welcome to go to foxsports.com where I found this article about the changes, or just NASCAR.com where I'm sure they have it even more in depth of the rules, what it means, how it's different, how in their eyes it's better, and all that in between. In my opinion, I think some of it's good, some of it, like I said, might not make too much sense. But in the end, NASCAR is just trying to better themselves, trying to be what they can be, like I guess the best of their ability in that way. And I really hope that this works out because I really am a fan of NASCAR. I know a good portion of my family, my family are NASCAR fans, and they want more people to get interested. And with these new rules and how things are shaking up and how things are, and not taking away from what NASCAR and what the races truly are, just, in competition of sport, then it could do something. It could be good. It could be good for the drivers. It could be good for NASCAR itself, and it could draw a few more fans and a good amount of fans from there, at least giving a chance to at least watch the 2500. And then what they do with the 2500 and how maybe these rule changes are already implemented for that one race, because you get most casuals and even some of the non-fans watching it because family does, and because it's the Daytona 500. I mean, gosh darn it, it's equivalent to WrestleMania, the Super Bowl, and all those are big events. It's like what should be their end of the year thing is the start of the year. So it's kind of backwards in that way, but it works. So in that way, if you get a lot of eyeballs and other people giving you a chance on watching the 2500 and the rule changes and thinking how that race is progressing, how it feels in that logistic kind of way than just the race itself and the winner. And maybe it'll draw more fans to be able to want to watch the rest of this season and the other race and move forward and on to the end to the championship. I'm excited for this season. I'm looking forward to it. I do each and every year. And see how things shake out, starting with the 2500. But with these rule changes that are going to be implemented and everything, and the impact it'll have in the series and the fan base, like obviously it's a bigger thing to the drivers than to the fan base, in the way of how the rules affect them and things like that. Like safety improvements on and off the track, as I'm reading here. Info Care Center will continue to be staffed with local emergency physicians, but now the AMR team will bring their familiarity and develop with drivers into infield car centers. The second change is that the race teams in all three series will no longer be allowed to replace damaged body parts on the cars as a result of accidents or contact. Fixing damaged sheet metal will be allowed, but teams will be given only 5 minutes to fix damage once they enter pit road. So, the big crashes and teams that's up there trying to get that stuff fixed and trying to get out there, even though they're 30 laps down, 30 laps, negative 30 laps and stuff like that, like, trying just to get out there in the end, this is pretty much telling that in those situations, they can't work on them at all. Meaning, especially in some situations, that they can't. The driver's day is done just in general, as it is anyways. But in the past, they at least were able to get work and go back out there. This time, they're necessarily saying no. Your team can't even work on it. Pack up and try to fix it all afterwards, and then heading into the next week and into the next race. So that aspect of it, I kind of like actually as a fan, because why have those kids out there being a hindrance to the rest of the race, which could cause another accident where it could have been totally averted? Precaution taken. You know what I mean? So I think this one, some other ones, like I said, it's a positive, negative with all these rule changes, all these changes with NASCAR that they're doing, trying to make it better for the drivers in this. It's interesting. But like I said, this rule certainly is looking here. Hopefully eliminates untimely debris caused by damaged cars and all that other stuff as well. You hear that in races. So that certainly is going to be interesting. Oh, here are some changes broken down in detail from NASCAR of rule package updates. So I'm just going to read them here verbatim. Spoiler dimensions for all non-restricted events will be 2 3/8 inches by 61 inches. Current spoiler dimensions are 3.5 by 61. For Kentucky and Michigan races, which are here, dimensions are 2.5 by 3 inches. Splitter measurement for the 2017 package will be same as those 2016 Kentucky and Michigan races. Okay, so we all know that. Network steering setting of 0. Oh, that's interesting. But all these changes, all these tweaks and everything going on here with NASCAR certainly is going to be interesting. I'm certainly looking forward to seeing how things go. I hope it goes well for them, because I really want it to go well. I want NASCAR to succeed. I want NASCAR to be good again. Just as much as I want my channel here to grow and stuff, to grow and be something. If you haven't checked out my first interview, with Axel Carter, the wrestler from England, we'd be more specific and more professional, but welcome to check that out at any time. And thank you for those that watched live and will be watching archive later tonight, starting at 8 p.m. Central. I'll try to start around that time. Starting at 8 p.m. Central, Steve Wrestling Ramble. My team will be going over WWE Elimination Chamber and everything in between. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and rest of your evening. I'll be back here in an hour, 8 o'clock Central. A little over an hour from now, an hour and 8 minutes actually. From now, I'll be back talking wrestling. So as always, take care.